A celebration so wild it almost sparked a world war, one so outrageous it got an entire team banned from a stadium? Hold on tight because these are the 10 banned celebrations in football. And wait until you hear what Ronaldo did that nearly got him banned from the Champions League. But first, let's talk about Richarlison, who once scored a goal and nearly set a stadium on fire back when he was at Everton. Richarlison was on fire, scoring goals and becoming a key player. After netting the winner against Chelsea, he celebrated in an unorthodox manner. It looked cool, but the English FA didn't agree. They fined him $25,000 and banned him for one game for improper conduct. As wild as that was, it's almost on par with Robbie Fowler's infamous reaction to months of accusations from Everton fans about using illegal substances. After scoring, he mocked them with his celebration, causing quite a stir and highlighting just how crazy football celebrations can get. Fowler's manager, Gerard Houllier, tried to downplay the incident by claiming the celebration was just a dance move. But let's be real, no one was buying it. Fowler's extreme response led the FA to slap him with a 4-match ban and a $50,000 fine. At least Fowler didn't lose his career over it, unlike Giorgos Katidis was playing for AEK Athens in the Greek Super League when he scored a late winner against Varia NFC. Overjoyed, he took off his shirt, but his next move was shocking. He performed a Nazi salute, a gesture historically associated with Adolf Hitler, responsible for the deaths of over 10 million people and starting World War II. The backlash was immediate. Even his own fans turned against him. The Greek FA swiftly banned Katidis from all sporting activities in Greece for life, effectively ending his career. A tragic end, and a stark reminder to think before you act. Nicolas Anelka faced a similar fate in 2013, returning to the Premier League with West Brom. Anelka struggled in his first few months. Finally, in December, he scored his first goal against West Ham. To celebrate, he aimed to make a bold statement and relieve some pressure, but his choice of celebration would cost him dearly. But Anelka somehow made it worse. That gesture, called a quenelle, is widely recognized as anti-Semitic and was a tribute to the Nazis in the early 90s. Anelka claimed he was copying his friend, French comedian Dieudonné, but the English FA didn't buy it. They banned him for 5 months. Following the ban, West Brom terminated Anelka's contract, leading to his retirement a few months later. Anelka wasn't as fortunate as his former teammates Didier Drogba and Salomon Kalou, who narrowly avoided jail time for their celebration in 2008. Chelsea won 2-0 away at Middlesbrough, but the score wasn't the headline. Drogba and Kalou, both from Ivory Coast, celebrated their goals in a way that seemed to support the release of a popular activist from their home country. This was controversial because the FA had previously banned Ipswich Town's David Norris for a similar gesture. Drogba and Kalou knew they were in hot water. Fortunately, the FA accepted their explanation and didn't press charges. Neither has repeated the gesture since they should have just stuck to dancing, but even that isn't safe anymore. Just ask Carlos Tevez. In 2004, during one of the most heated clashes in South American football, River Plate vs. Boca Juniors, the match was tense until 20-year-old Tevez scored in the 88th minute, sending fans into a frenzy. Caught up in the emotion, Tevez took off his shirt and performed a dance that nearly sparked a riot. His dance was seen as mocking the River Plate team, calling them chickens. The referee sent Tevez off for unprofessional conduct. While Tevez went on to have other iconic celebrations, he's avoided the chicken dance ever since. Even Venicius Jr. learned the hard way that dancing isn't always harmless. In 2018, while playing for Flamengo, Venicius scored a late goal to seal a 3-1 victory against Botafogo. His celebration caused such a stir that it led to Botafogo being banned from their stadium. Clearly, you can't dance your way out of every problem, but Venicius Jr. probably wasn't thinking straight when he went to celebrate, because what he did next was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. This crybaby celebration had a deep and painful meaning for Botafogo fans. In 2008, some Botafogo players were seen publicly crying after losing a match due to harsh refereeing decisions, making any crying gestures a sensitive issue. When Venicius pulled off this celebration, Botafogo decided to retaliate against Flamengo. They banned Flamengo from using their pitch for a match against Boavista in the Guanabara Cup final. Venicius could have avoided this trouble, much like Nicklas Bendtner could have avoided a hefty fine for his wild celebration in Euro 2012. Bendtner was the star of the Danish national team. However, his celebration during a match led to a fine of over $100,000. Clearly, even the smallest gestures can have significant consequences in football. In a game against Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal, Nicklas Bendtner had a plan to grab the headlines. After scoring, he pulled down his pants to reveal branded underwear promoting Paddy Power, turning all cameras his way. UEFA was not amused. Not only did Bendtner look odd on live TV, but he also violated sponsorship rules, leading to a $108,000 fine. Paddy Power admitted they gained publicity and agreed to help Bender pay part of the fine when Robert Lewandowski got into trouble because of a celebration. He faced the consequences alone. Playing for Barcelona away at Osasuna, Lewandowski was expected to score goals, but ended up collecting 2 yellow cards in the first 21 minutes. Normally this would result in a 1-game suspension, but his actions during the celebration complicated things further in a game against Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. Nicolas Bender grabbed headlines by revealing Paddy Power branded underwear after scoring, earning a $108,000 fine from UEFA. Paddy Power helped pay part of it due to the publicity they received. Robert Lewandowski faced consequences alone when he was suspended for 4 matches instead of 1 after receiving 2 yellow cards in 21 minutes while playing for Barcelona. The RFEF deemed his gesture unsportsmanlike. Ronaldo nearly faced a ban after celebrating provocatively during the 2018-19 Champions League round of 16. After losing the first leg 2-0 to Atletico Madrid, he scored a hat-trick in the second leg to win 3-2 and mocked Diego Simeone's previous taunts. UEFA fined both Ronaldo and Simeone $28,000 for improper conduct but dropped the threat of banning Ronaldo from the quarterfinals. Players might want to stick to more straightforward celebrations. Watching content on FC Freak, for instance, is completely legal and free.